All right, I want to do one more last super quick video about UFC 289. I'm going to put this on my Clips channel. So I want to talk about Amanda Nunes saying that every single championship belt in her division forever is fake. That is an interesting statement. I never thought about that before. You never really have to think about that because no one ever retires like that. You know, no one ever retires on top like she did. Not like that, dude. Not like that. You think about the historical comparisons that you can make with other people who have retired on top, and you've got a very, very small group. You got GSP, you got Khabib, and neither of them are the same as this, and I'll tell you exactly why first, and then we can talk about her stating that all future champions are fake, because it applies to Francis also, but not in the same way. Like, so Francis kind of retired from the UFC on top also, right? But the reason why Amanda Nunes' statement like actually means something and the others don't is something that we're going to run, we'll run through it right now, right? So first I want to talk about what's different about the other three. So Francis obviously left the organization as the heavyweight champion. People can speculate, John Jones would have beat him or this person would, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he left with a definitively having cleared out the entire division. There weren't very many people left, but John Jones was there, so you can't really say that. Khabib, he retired under duress. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I look at it. It's like, it's not like he played out his entire career. It was a big planned thing, like Amanda, like all the way to the end of the line, and was like, you know what, dude, I've done everything that I set out to do. His father died during COVID very tragically. And, he took the Gaethje fight anyway. I still, to this day, whenever I really think about that, it's like, I get like, man, because his dad, he lived with his dad, dude. You know what I mean? Like, think about how you feel. I mean, I don't know what your guys' relationship with your dad, but I have a really good one with mine. And, if I lived with him and he trained me my entire life, and then out of nowhere, he got this random virus and died. Totally unexpected. I mean, died, dude. You read about people dying in the paper. It's like, oh, that sucks. And then, the next time you hear about it, it's kind of like, yeah, man, it's sad. And then you just go back to like cooking food or whatever, But to the people whose life they're in, it's like it's just like a void, and you can't even wrap your brain around it. You're like, they're dead? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're dead? It's like, I can't even wrap my brain around that concept, And for Khabib, it's his dad who was his coach. He could have pulled out of the Gaethje fight, and he trained, went in there, and fought like he was possessed, Just walked Gaethje down, took those leg kicks, walked him down. One of the most incredible and inspiring performances I've ever seen. But then he retired, and it was kind of like, wait, what? Amanda retiring makes perfect sense. There's no one left, dude. She gonna beat Raquel Pennington? What? Why? What does she have left to prove, dude? Nothing. We already know. You know what I mean? We already know. And then GSP, GSP retired after getting getting beat up by Johnny Hendricks. And if you think I'm exaggerating that, if you've never seen that fight, the Hendricks and George St. Pierre fight, you go look it up on Sure. Oh, George St. Pierre won the decision. Okay, go watch that fight. Tell me that George St. Pierre won that fight. It's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Legit, one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Ever. And I love GSP. It's nothing against him. It's just a terrible decision. Hendricks won that fight, and he beat him up, dude. He hurt George. And George, hung it up kind of under, like, George didn't like fighting. Amanda Nunes loves fighting. George St. Pierre doesn't love fighting. He never did, He always said that. Like, he loves to train. He doesn't love to fight. And he got beat up, and then he was like, you know what, I'm like, now he had beat everybody, but he lost his last fight. I don't care what anybody says. He lost that fight. And then he hung it up, and it was kind of like, well, is he going to come back? Is he not going to come back? Is he going to come back? Is he not going to come back? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as Amanda Nunes, who, you know what? I just decided that we're going to do this, actually. All right. You're going to have to bear with me real quick. We are going to go through her resume real quick, because I should have had this pulled up in advance. Give me a second. Amanda Nunes, because it, like, we just need to look at it just to like really get a grasp of what we're talking about here, because there's no one who's ever done it like her, dude. Okay, look at this resume, right? Okay, so she lost to Kat Zingano in 2014. Okay, that's 10 years ago. And then she goes, Basler, TKO leg kick, submission, decision over Valentina. Okay, Miesha Tate, submission. Ronda Rousey, TKO. That's when everybody goes, whoa, right? Then she fights Valentina again, split decision. Raquel Pennington knocks her out after beating her up. Then she knocks out Cyborg, and everyone's like, what? In 51 seconds? That's when everyone went, oh, she's the best. Then she head kicks Holly Holm. Then she beats up Jermaine Durandamy. Then she beats up Felicia Spencer. Then she knocks out Megan Anderson in one of the most, like, what Megan Anderson looked like Irene Aldana last night. She doesn't train for Juliana Pena and loses. Then she comes back and absolutely beats the living breaks off of her. And then beats Irene Aldana. Who is left? There's no one left. There's no one left to fight. You know? George St. Pierre, he didn't take Matt Serra seriously. He lost and he came back and beat the brakes off him. You know, it's the same thing. And so she planned on retiring tonight. And so you just think about it like this. At least for the next like many years, anyone who holds that belt, right? Anyone who holds that belt, you got to be like, Amanda would whip that ass, dude. Amanda would whip that ass. And if someone comes out and looks good and they're winning some fights, and then everyone will start speculating, and then they'll be like, I wonder if Amanda will come back. She ain't coming back, dude. That was a definitive retirement right there. That was like something she had talked about with her family. She came out so focused. She looked, I mean, if you didn't closely watch it, go watch her walkout from last night. And now watch it again, knowing that she knows it's her last fight. And just look at her, dude. Just absolute eye of the, she's a champion, dude. Most people, if they know it's their last fight, they'll have that like kind of like you know, it's like the end of an era, dude. And like, so in their heart, they're like, you know, there's like sadness, and they don't, you know, like she went out and she fought like she always does, just an absolute killer. And then she hung it up, dude. Incredible career. Very inspiring. It's really sad, dude, because like, I love watching her fight, man. I really do. I love watching Amanda Nunes fight. Because she's just like, she's a dude among girls. I mean that in the most absolutely complimentary way that I could, because you watch her fight, and I every time I talk about her in a video, I always say this. You don't want that, dude. Like, guys, you don't want that. You don't. Guys that think like, you know, I know we get into the should trans dudes be fighting in the girls division and all that? It's like, yeah. I get it. But the way it works is like, you know, on average, dudes are, I mean, this is like not even a conversation, obviously, right? But what you're talking about is the absolute pinnacle of what a girl can be. There's no, like, there is no tougher girl ever in history. She's the toughest, most vicious girl ever. When people argue with me that every pro dude would beat her, I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Like, literally, I don't know. Are you that stupid? You think that every single male fighter would beat every single female fighter? It's like the dumbest argument ever, because there are like a million videos of girls knocking out dudes in sparring and whatever. It's like, it's Amanda Nunes. And that's not even talking about untrained people. I was talking about untrained people for a long time. They're all, no way, dude. I'm like, Jesus, man. Try it, dude. It's just asinine, you know? Tell me you don't know what the fuck you're talking about without telling me you don't know what the fuck you're talking about by telling me that because you're 200 pounds, you would win in a fight against Amanda Nunes if you don't have significant fight training. Like, she'll fucking destroy you. She'll destroy you. She will fucking destroy you. Did you guys watch the B team thing? You know, like where there was like, all right, girl versus boy. And it was like the world champion girl against that dude who was at B team, and she fucking broke his knee in 12 seconds. Okay? You guys don't understand what you're talking about. If you're on the other side of this argument, you do not know what you're talking about. It's like almost like embarrassing. It's like, you know, I could swim underwater without breathing for 150 minutes. No, you can't. And you also can't beat Amanda Nunes in a fight if you're not, you know, a good dude pro. Anyway, that is what I've got. Congratulations, Amanda Nunes. Incredible, incredible performance. Incredible, incredible career. I'm very, very sad. It's a somber thing because now, what do the girls got? You got Rose hanging out. You know, Rose is like Rose is my favorite female fighter. Then probably Amanda. And it's like, God, we got to get these girls back. I don't know. You know, I don't know. The girls division is not very exciting right now. You know, Holly Holmes on her way out. Anyway, we'll see. Next generation should be good. I love you guys. Thank you for the ongoing support. Peace.